Hello everyone. In this module, we are going to learn how to start with Matplotlib and we are going to cover the following topics. Firstly, we discuss about dependencies, then we learn to import libraries. After that, we get some basic knowledge of Matplotlib and then we learn to plot a first graph of a Matplotlib. And in last, we discuss some of the features of Matplotlib. So let's start with the first topic, dependencies. Dependencies refers to a piece of a software that depends upon the another piece of a software. If I talk about example, the most common and the used dependencies are the programming libraries. So we are dealing with Matplotlib. So I talk in the sense of Matplotlib. So when we install the Matplotlib using any package manager such as Pig or Conda, the required dependencies are automatically installed with them. And the following are Python, NumPy, Scilab, dateutil, Kiwi Solver, Pillow, and etc. And you can also install other dependencies as per your choice. They are not required but enhance the capabilities of the Matplotlib. And some of the optional dependencies are TK, PYQT6 and others used for the backend purposes. And for the animation purpose, we can install libraries such as FFmpeg used for saving movies, ImageMagick used for saving GIFs and many other also. So moving to the next topic, that is import libraries. The first and the most important step is importing libraries. So we are dealing with Matplotlib, so it is necessary to import Matplotlib library. Here we learn to import the library with pyplot module. The pyplot package provided by the Matplotlib is used to plot the graph of given data, and it contains the command style function that makes the Matplotlib to behave like same as MATLAB. And by using pyplot package, you can build figures, plot area in the figure and decorate plot with labels, text or background colors and many other features. And the syntax to import the Matplotlib libraries is like that: import, then the name of a library which is Matplotlib, after that the name of the module which is pyplot in the case of Matplotlib, and then you write as, and then the name which you want to use in case of Matplotlib, as we don't want to call Matplotlib on every call. So in journal we refer as a PLT, and we also required some other libraries to enhance our plot. The other dependency libraries are NumPy and Panda. Basically, NumPy provides us a powerful n-dimensional array object to present a collection of items. So by using it, we visualize a large number of elements and scientific computing. And the syntax to import NumPy is import, then the library name. In the case of NumPy, it is NumPy and alias name, which is NP in journal. You can give alias name as per your choice also. Instead of NP, you can write anything. Then pandas is used to visualize panda objects series and the data frame. And the syntax to import panda is import pandas as PD. So let's move to the next topic, basic concept of a Matplotlib. So here you see in the figure, the graph has many parts. So I discuss these part one by one. The first is a figure. It handles one or more plots. Basically, we can say that figure act like a canvas that holds plots. Here you see that I mentioned figure here. So in figure we can add one to more plots. Here in this image we only have one plot, but if we have two to three plots, all these plots come inside the figure. The next is a axis. A figure can have multiple axes and each axis have X label, Y label, title. From here you can see that it is an axis where this graph is shown. This white area acts as a axis. It has a title, it has its own X label and on Y label. If we have one more plot in this figure area, it also has its own title, Y label and X label. Now let's talk about axes. The axes are the number of lines like object that generate graph limits. Here you see that y-axis has limit from -1 to 1 and the x-axis has a limit from 0 to 12. These two limits line are known as the axis. It is known as the x-axis line and this one is known as a y-axis line. And in last we have artist. Artist is everything on the graph that we can see, such as a text, as a line, or such as a graph or marker points or anything else. Here, the line, the blue line which plotted the data is an artist. I hope you get some basic concept about the Matplotlib plot. So we start with our first plot. One of the Matplotlib strength is we can quickly start making charts. And for making a chart, we use the plot function. By default, it draws a line between y and x. And the syntax is matplotlib pyplot plot. And it also have lots of parameters. So let's discuss its parameter. So here the first parameter is x and y. It accepts the value in array or scalar form. From x and y, I mean the points on x and y axis. The next parameter is FMT, also known as a format. It takes the value in the form of string. Basically, it defines the shorthand string notation of a parameter, such as marker, line, color. Another is data. It is indexable object. It is used to provide the label name in the plot if specified. And the next one is scale x and the scale y. It accepts the value in the boolean form and by default it has a true value. In the x and y dimensions, this refer to the scaling and the data view limits. And in last we have kw arguments which accept the value in the form of line properties and it is used to enhance the line plotted in the graph such as line label, line width, color, marker, marker color, marker face color and many other parameters. And this plot function returns the line plotted on the chart. So let's see an example to better understand the concept. So here I am using the Jupyter notebook. So as we know, the first most important step is import library. So we are working on a Matplotlib. We have to import Matplotlib library first. The syntax says import matplotlib pyplot as plt. And I also need other dependent library numpy. So I import it by typing import numpy as np. After this we have to define the data points which we want to plot in the form of x and y. So here I take x by using numpy arrange function which have syntax the starting value, the ending value and the step which we want between the start and end value. And then y point defined by sine function of numpy. Here I pass x value to the sine function. After this we have to plot a chart. And for plot a chart, we use plot function and pass two parameters to it, x and y. And in last and the most important step, we want to display the plot. So for this we have to use the show function. The plot show is the syntax to show the function. Now I execute this program. It takes some time to display a graph, and here you see that our first Matplotlib graph is plotted. Now we learn about certain features of the Matplotlib plot. The first one is adding label to the axis. The label usually denotes the type of a data we are plotting, and the x label and the y label function of the pyplot module is used to add label at the axis, and to donate the label at the x-axis we use the x label function, and to donate label at the y-axis we use the y label function. And the syntax is as for x-axis, we write matplotlib pyplot x label with the parameter passing parameters, and for y-axis we write matplotlib pyplot y label, and we also pass the parameter to it. So let's discuss the parameters of both the functions, and the parameters are as follow. X label and the y label, it takes the value in the string format and it presents the text which we want to present at the labels. Other is the font dict. It takes the value in the dictionary format and it is used to control the style of the label. Another is the label pad. It takes the value in the float format. It has a default value of 4.0 and it represents the distance in points from the axis. Then the another parameter is a LOC, which we mean location. For x-axis it has value as left, center and the right. In the y-axis it has value as bottom, center and the top, and by default it has a center value for both the axes. Basically it represents the position of the label. And in last we have KW arguments which accept the text properties as a value, and it is used to control the appearance of the text of the label, and these function returns the label at x-axis and the y-axis. So let's see an example. So here is the code of the plot which we previously draw. So in this plot we try to add the labels. So to add it we have to define the label function between the plot function and the show function. So here I add the labels functions. So to add label at the x-axis I use the plot x label and define the label which I want to show at the x label, and for showing label at the y-axis I use the y label function and pass the label text to it. And now I execute this program. Now you can see that this plot comes with then labels. This one is the x-axis label and this represents the y-axis label. So the another feature of Matplotlib plot is add title. Basically title denotes the name given to the plot to identify or to describe it. And the title and the subtitle function of the pyplot module is used to add title to the plot and figure respectively. So let's discuss these functions one by one. Firstly, we discuss the title function. The title function is used to set the title for the axis, or we can say that title for the specific plot. And the syntax for is like that: matplotlib pyplot title. So the following are the parameter. First is a label which take the value in the string format and it represents the text which we want to present as a title. The next one is a font text which take the value in the dictionary format, and it is used to change the appearance of the title text. The another is a LOC, which is location. It has value as center, left and a right. It sets the location of the title. The next is a pad, which takes the value in the float format and has a default value of 6.0. It specifies the distance from the top of the axis. The another one is a y. It also takes the value in the float format and it represents the vertical axis location for the title. And in the last we have kw arguments, which take the value as a text property, which enhance the text appearance of the title. So let's learn what's the subtitle function is. It is used to add title to the multiple plot, or we can say that it is a centered title to the figure. It has a syntax like matplotlib, pyplot, subtitle, and this function also have the parameters. So let's discuss its parameter first. The following are the parameters. First is a t, which takes the value in the string format and it represents the text used as a subtitle. Then is a x parameter, which takes the value in the form of float and it has a default value 0.5. Basically, in the figure coordinate, the title x location is represented by the x parameter. The another one is a y. It also takes value in the float format and has a default value of 0.98, and it is a location of a title from the y coordinate. Moving towards the next parameter is a horizontal alignment. It's your choice. You can write full name as a horizontal alignment or a HA. It has values as center, left and right. By default, it takes the center value and it represents the horizontal alignment of a text with respect to x and y. Another one is a vertical alignment. It has a value top, center, bottom at a baseline, and by default it takes the value as a top and it is used to represent the vertical alignment of the text in respect to x and y. Then we have a parameter font size. You can also write it as a size. By default it is large in value and it is used to set the appearance of a font size, or we can say the title font size. The another parameter is a font weight, or we can say weight. It has a default value normal and it is used to present the weight of a title. The example of a font weight is like bold. And the last is kw arguments. It takes the value in the text property, so it enhances the text appearance of a title. So let's see an execution of both the functions. So we add the title function in this example. So let's see what happened. So firstly I add the comment so you don't get confused. Where the title function start. So firstly I add the super title by using the subtitle function and I enter the text which I want to present as a subtitle. Then I use the title function to represent the title to the axis, in which I pass the text as simple plot. Now I execute this example and you can say that the super title and the title appear on the plot. Matplotlib comes above the title as it is a centered title of the figure, and the simple plot comes under the matplotlib as it is a title for the axis, or we can say that the title for this graph only. So in next module we will learn some other features of matplotlib plot.